We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports.
What's up, everybody? You are Talking Sports with Mike and PL. I am the co-host, Mr. PL Culture, and I'm holding it down in our Dallas studios. Coming to you live from the great state of Southern Florida. My man, Michigan Mike. What's going on, Mike?
What's up?
So, hey, man, what's that you got going on in the background there?
Oh, man, let me sit down real quick.
Stop playing, man. Hey, did we catch you at a bad time?
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay, cool. Now, the last time that we talked to the peeps, now Pat Riley was on the phone with you. What did he want to lay the bad news on you personally?
Yeah, so I was at there, and he was kind of asking me, actually, LeBron was coming up to me like, hey, what should I do? What should I do? And I was like, oh, man, I was like, I would go to Cleveland. And so sure enough, he went down there.
Sure enough, he did indeed. So what's the post-LeBron mood like down there? You got a first-hand look.
Yeah, so we went out at night, and there was, of course, a lot of Miami fans, and they were talking like he was going to come back and stay with Miami. And I had to let him down a little softly.
Oh, wow. So good job by you by not spoiling it for the rest of us. That was quite a dramatic experience, but that's in our rearview mirror now. Now we're getting into your time of year, football season, the NFL specifically, man. So been a long time since we hollered at the peeps. You ready to talk some football?
Sure am.
All right, man, let's get started. Now, earlier this week, we put out a poll on Twitter of what teams you'd like for us to preview as we head into the 2014 NFL season. The votes are in, and we'll get started. Coming in at number 4, Michigan Mike, the Tennessee Titans. Now, last year they finished 7-9, second place in the AFC South. This year, a completely new team, new running back, new coaches on both sides of the ball. What do you think is in store for the Titans this year, man?
And I actually like Bishop Sankey since Chris Thompson not getting a lot of carries this year, especially with I don't think Sean Green's going to be very effective, so I definitely see a big impact from Bishop Sankey.
Okay, so you're liking a big impact from the rookie running back Bishop Sankey. Jake Locker.
Yeah.
This is his final year in his contract deal. He's been riddled with injuries, riddled with inconsistencies. What are your thoughts on him this year?
Oh, I actually think Jake Locker will actually be a lot better than he was last year. Now, I do say if he's healthy. If he's not healthy, that can go the other way. But I think he'll be healthy this year.
Yeah, and Titans fans certainly hope so as well. He definitely has a couple of good young receivers to throw to in Justin Hunter and Kendall Wright. And you're absolutely right about Bishop Sankey with the departure of Chris Johnson. That he'll get plenty of opportunities to tote the rock. I think Sean Green is done as well. Also, you want to keep an eye out on Dexter McCluster. Was pretty much the all-everything utility back for the Kansas City Chiefs the past few seasons. We'll see what Ken Wisenhunt and his staff has in store for him. Now, bad news for the Titans, they have a brutal beginning. Good news for the Titans, 10 of the last 12 games are against non-playoff teams from a year ago. So if they can survive the start, things may be looking up in Tennessee. Now,
That
Michigan.
could be good and bad for Tennessee, though.
Say what now?
That could be good and bad for Tennessee because, they like to win against teams that they're not supposed to be and then lose against teams that they're supposed to be.
Very true, and let's hope that that trend kind of reverses itself with a new coaching staff. Very true, though. Very true. Coming in at number 3, team close to your heart, sir, the Philadelphia Eagles. Last year's NFC East Division champs. Lost in the wild card round of the playoffs. 10-6 record. Mike, what say you?
Man, I actually like our season this year. I want everyone to watch out for Jordan Matthews. Since Deshaun Jackson's out, Jordan Matthews is going to get a lot of touches. And I think, toward the end of our schedule, Foles will actually get into his groove, get into his feel of the game. And so I think that'll actually work this year.
Okay, now Jordan Matthews, rookie wide receiver out of the Nashville, Tennessee's Vanderbilt University, He was a very, very good player on a team that most people didn't get to see on a regular basis. One of the all-time leaders in receiving. He's big and strong and fast, and he should get plenty of looks in Chip Kelly's offense. Now, Mike, speaking of Chip Kelly, it's year two. Last year he was ahead of the curve, ahead of the defensive coordinators to the tune of an explosive offense. What do you think going into year two? Does the defensive coordinators catch up, or do you think Kelly can stay ahead of the curve?
No, I mean, I think that a little too fast. That was one of the problems of their offense towards the beginning of the season. And then finally he evened out. He finally found a good balance between college and NFL style offense. And I think it'll actually be better. I see them going to the playoffs again this year.
Okay, yeah. With 5 games against playoff teams from a year ago out of 16, definitely looks like they have the upper hand in the division so far. Now, coming in at number 2, the San Francisco 49ers, Michigan Mike. Last year, 12-4, came up just short in the NFC Championship game. Now, we know that these championship windows for teams generally cycle every few years or so. Where do you see San Francisco in their championship window? Is it still open for them?
I don't think so. I see it closing slowly unless they make a giant. They have somebody that makes an incredible impact for them. I don't see that happening. I see them really making it to the wild card game. I think one impact that might help them is Anquan Bolden. I think he's actually going to step it up for them. I think they're trying to increase the passing game this year. So.
Yeah, they were 30th in the league in passing last year. Anquan Bolden has been the most productive receiver by far. With the addition of some key new players, Stevie Johnson probably being the most notable wide receiver from Buffalo the past few years. Looks like they are trying to bolster that passing game that suffered last year. Now let's back up a little bit. Now you're saying a fall from grace, but a playoff berth, correct?
Yes, I see them barely making it to the playoffs. I see them declining as a team, not as good as last year's team. Last year's team was a good. They came up just short of the Super Bowl champs, Seahawks, but I don't think they'll be as close this upcoming year.
Right, dethroning the Seahawks will be a tough task for any team. San Francisco does have an opportunity to get off to a fast start. Only 2 playoff teams from a year ago that they will face in their first 8 games. Now, coming in at number 1, we're both residents of Dallas, Texas, so it should be no surprise that it will be our beloved Dallas Cowboys, Michigan Mike. Last year, 8-8. Again, missed the playoffs on the last game of the season, as you well know. Tony Romo. All right, yeah, we're not gonna get into last year's game. All right, Tony Romo, who actually missed that last game that kept him out of the playoffs. It looks like he's healthy and back and ready to rock and roll. Sean Lee, their best defensive player, linebacker, is out for the season with another knee injury. Mike, what's going on with the Cowboys?
Man, I see them. I think they're actually going to break the 8-8, but for bad. I don't see them going 8-8, or I see them going actually 7-9 this year.
7-9.
I don't see Tony Romo staying healthy. I do think that he will get his numbers, but he's going to miss probably about 3 games. But I do see Dez Bryant being on the fantasy radar and getting his touches because he's always going to get his touches no matter who's going to be the quarterback. But I see them being a 7-9 team missing the playoffs again. And then there you go, new coaching staff. All
right, so Jason Garrett, who has not been extended to date by Jerry Jones, you're saying this is his swan song, huh?
Yep, definitely. New step all over you.
Wow. Well, I know everybody in Cowboy Nation hopes that you are absolutely wrong on that. Also, you want to look at his other wide receiver as well, Terrence Williams. He came on strong at the end of last year to the tune of 74 total catches, 736 yards, and 5 touchdowns. With Dez Bryant, you're right. He's a beast. He's a top 2 or 3 wide receiver in the league. He's going to get his touches, and that'll leave Williams to hopefully improve on those numbers as well. So, sorry, Dallas, but it looks like it's another season of we'll wait and see. And speaking of wait and see, we have our Twitter poll question for you, Ask Michigan Mike.
Okay.
All right, now this question comes from Steven in McKinney. Hey, what up, M-Town? Shouts out to McKinney, Texas. Now, his question to you is, Hey, Michigan Mike, I know you talk all things sports, but what's up with college football? When are you going to start talking that?
That's a good question. Actually, it looks like the college football, is one of my favorites. I put it up with NFL that I like to talk about, and we're going to actually start a new show coming in the college football season. It's going to come before the kickoff, which August 28th, it looks like, is a game. So mid-August, sometime around there, college kickoff show for you guys, coming with picks, different scenarios, the new things about college football, and what to look out for.
All right, sounds good. And since you're following him on Twitter, Stephen, I'm sure that he'll be updating you as well as everybody else when that show is drawing near. I'm excited about being a part of that and look forward to bringing you some college football action as well. Now, if you want to reach us on Twitter, you can always reach Michigan Mike at
Michael Hasso, that's MichaelJasso.
And you can always reach your co-host at PL Culture. That's at PLCOLTER. Ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to bringing you some more football action. Life is a sport, so always play to win.
Go Blue.